Good morning. My name is Joseph Jordan. I'm a military defense counsel that specializes in the defense of service members in the 5 services. Today I want to talk to you about, quite frankly, why should you hire a civilian military defense counsel? Well, when you look at what's going on in the military today, there's a couple of things that you have to take into account. One, there's a major drawdown in the forces. The military has to cut down to specified numbers that Congress mandates. It's in law. So how do they do it? Well, they try to get you to retire, or they look at your file and they see if there's any bad administrative paperwork, and if there is, then they use that as a basis to try to separate you administratively, whether that be through paperwork, whether that be through a board process, whatever it is. They're gonna issue paperwork on you if you have bad paper, and they're going to try and separate you administratively. The last way is through the military criminal justice system. You know, if you have a propensity for getting yourself into trouble, then they're going to put a charge sheet together and they're going to try you. So what happens when you have an administrative action against you, or you have a military judicial action against you? What do you typically do? Well, if you're in the Army, you go to your local TDS office. If you're in the Air Force, you go to your local ADC office. And you say, hey, I need some help. And what's the problem with that? Well, normally there wouldn't be a problem. But in this day and age, there's so many actions that's going on, the council are overwhelmed. If you go and stand outside the Fort Hood TDS office on a Tuesday morning, you'll see a line outside the TDS offices of service members, of soldiers, trying to get in to see a military defense counsel just to discuss an Article 15, non-judicial punishment. A line, 30, 40 people, and there's already a waiting room full of them inside. Now, what does that tell you about the military defense counsel that work for the government? What does that tell you about trial defense services that works for the government? They're overwhelmed. They spend anywhere between 15 and 20 days out of a month in some sort of a hearing, whether it's a board for an officer, a separation board for an enlisted member, or a court-martial, whether it's an Article 32 hearing or an actual court-martial. 15 to 20 days out of every month. So when do they prepare? When are they doing the best that they can do to make sure that you have the best defense possible in your action? Ask yourselves that. Because when you do the math, you can see that they don't have much time. They work late hours, they work on the weekends, they work 7 days a week, and when you keep that kind of battle rhythm up, you can't concentrate on the things that you need to concentrate on in order to be effective in defending you, the client. It just doesn't happen. That's why you hire someone that is specialized in criminal defense of service members. They specialize in court-martial defense. They specialize in board of inquiries for officers. They specialize in separation boards for enlisted members, because we can schedule the time to prepare your defense. My battle rhythm is I have a week before every case that I use to prepare for that particular case, and over the life of the case I'm constantly preparing for it anyway, but I designate 3 to 5 days prior to every case that I have, whether it's a separation board or a court-martial, and that is all I do is that case, period. What military defense counsel that works for the government can actually say that? None of them. And that's what you deserve. You've given your time, your energy, your talents to the military. You served your country. You've went down range. You've been under fire. And now you're accused of a crime, or you're being asked to leave the military administratively, and your TDS counsel, your ADC counsel can't give you the time that you deserve. And it's not their fault. Please don't misunderstand me. It's not their fault. It's the fault of the government by continuing to move these actions forward in such a rapid succession. That's the times that we live in. So if you want a good, aggressive military defense counsel to represent you in your action, it's going to give you the time of day and give you the time that you deserve, you give me a call or you shoot me an email. You can call me at 254-554-1860, or you can email me at joseph@jordan.ucmjlaw.com. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you.